Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe right to the go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up now, it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozier. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.
What do we say, Dolph?
That's right, y'all. They got to play us. What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,278 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question about the latest on Jackpot Joey's injury, or you got a question that you want to get Drew Garrison to answer, give me a super chat, or you just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, this glorious place down here. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know it, I wear it every single day. I was wearing not this. It's what I was wearing at the practice is hot and sweaty because it was hot as hell out there. But I wear it every single day. It's Jackpot Joey. We'll get the latest. We'll get to Joe in a minute here. But do me a favor, go to jackpotjoey9.com if you're interested in any of the hats and shirts or flags or signs, any of that stuff. Check it out there because portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Joe Burrow Foundation. Also got the beer coming out soon. We got the cornhole tournament coming up. It's at Brink Brewery, October. I think it's October 21st now. Anyway, what's up to everybody in the chat crew? Dusty, already gave me a super chat. I appreciate it. I'll get to you in a second. I promise, brother. Hold on a second. But Holmes, you were first. What's up? Brad, you were in there. Jeremy's in there. Lindsay, Rio, Aubrey's in there. Brian's in there. A whole bunch of people in there. All right. So, before I get to the super chat, let me get to the news of the day. I was down there at practice. Now, I took this picture before any of this happened. So, Joe already had a compression sleeve on his calf. That's the same one that he pulled up lame on. Now, Zach said there was general soreness. I mean, dude, it's been hot as crap out there the last couple of days. So, maybe it was. I mean, he was moving around perfectly fine all day long. I left about 10 minutes left in practice, and then my phone started blowing up. They're like, what happened to Joe? What happened to Joe? I said, I don't know. Well, here's the video. You take a look at the video. This is from Mike Petraga, my boy Trags. Check it out.
Appreciate it.
So it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look horrible. I mean, he ran, he felt something, a cramp, a tug, something. Now, here's a video that it's really short. I played a couple times of Kelsey Conway got of Joe getting onto the cart. He's putting weight on his leg. It doesn't look devastating to me. I'm no expert whatsoever. Just going by what I'm seeing. But here's what I got from Kelsey. Play it one more time for you. So you can see he's walking on it. I mean, nobody's helping him onto the cart. Now, the cart, I think, is precautionary because they didn't want him to walk all the way back to the training room to find out what happened. Now, this is what I got from James Rapine from All Bengals. Zach Taylor commenting on Joe Burrow.
That's it, but I know over the course of practice he felt good.
I know this is so fresh, but he's been talking a lot about how much he was looking forward to a normal camp. What's your message going to be to him when you speak?
Well, we don't have any information yet, so I'm not going to have any message ready until we get more info.
With outside the pocket, freelance stuff was that built into the plan today? No, not necessarily.
Was he just tucking it there?
Yeah, he was just scrambling. Yeah.
Message to the team, Zach, after something like that happens, obviously the team.
Message. This is football. Guys go down with an injury that maybe is a day thing. Who knows? So we don't message the team after every single person goes down. There's a lot of guys that had soreness today that had reps cut down a little bit. So that's just part of playing football in training camp.
Sounds like it's don't panic.
Sure.
And that's about as confident as you're going to get from Zach. He said, sure. I'm not panicking until we actually get the full, layout of what actually happens. Maybe it'll come out on Twitter while I'm on the show right now. But I think it's just a cramp or a little, they pulled something a little bit. I don't think it's anything huge. But let me get to Dustin Cross, $5 super chat, and I appreciate it, man. Dustin here says they're saying possibly 4 to 8 weeks for Burrow's injury per James Rapine, league insiders avoiding disaster, which is, that's fine. That'll be, the preseason or, which. Yeah, we're hoping he's going to have a normal preseason. It is what it is. It's not a knee injury. It's not the end of the world. Get him healthy, get him back here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get to my guest for today. He's a great follow on Twitter. He's a degenerate gambler. He loves the Bengals. He's Drew Garrison. What's up, Drew?
Degenerate gambler, I guess that's true.
So, out of everything you saw there, I know we were messaging back and forth with you. You're kind of freaked out at first. I was too. I don't know. What's your thoughts? You think he's, 4 to 8 weeks? So, that's, season will start by then. What's your thoughts?
I'm bleep scared. I don't know. This is a kid show. I'm not going to use the F word, but I'm scared. All right. Yeah. Non-contact injury just worries me. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. It could be a calf strain. It could be a cramp. People were instantly saying it was an Achilles because that's what Twitter does.
Yeah, I don't think it's an Achilles,
man.
Yeah,
I don't think so either. It just sucks, man, because the guy just can't get a normal camp. He comes in during the COVID year. He blows his knee out his rookie year, so he's rehabbing all that afterwards. And then last year his appendix explodes. And then now this, because he's going to miss time, whether it's, a couple weeks. I haven't seen the 4 to 8 week thing that I've heard people say. I haven't.
Yeah, some people are saying 5 to 7 on here. I think it's all speculation. I don't, until the Bengals actually come out and say it, then I'll be like, all right, that's what it is. Which
I feel like it's too quick for anybody to have a time frame on it. I don't think anybody knows.
Right.
I think it's just a lot of speculation and guessing. But it just sucks, man. The guy just can't catch a break when it comes to the offseason regardless, he's going to be fine. He had a great year last year. You saw what he did with, he was slow coming back from the appendectomy. Luckily, if it's a calf strain, it's not something where he's going to lose 30 pounds like he did when he had his appendix out.
Right.
But it's just, dude, I saw Kelsey Conway's tweet, and I was like, no fucking way. Excuse me.
You're fine. You're fine.
I was, dude, I had this actual feeling in my stomach of just terror because he's just I assume the worst, man. Maybe I shouldn't.
Well, you're a Bengals fan. It always happens to us, right? we always have the worst thing happen.
I was like, dude. So I gotta like. My first fear was like, I gotta root for Trevor Siemian. One? Holy shit!
Jackpot Browning. I mean, Jake Browning.
So, I guess the way to describe the way I feel right now is scared and uneasy because I saw what Zach said. You played it, but I also know in the back of my mind that Zach has a history of kind of underreporting things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like he says things where I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. Then you come to find out the guy's out for 5 weeks during the season.
Well, it's kind of how James Rapien said. It's kind of how James Rapien said. So don't panic. And he's like, sure. And he said it with a little smile on his face. So that's where Zach.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, like
maybe I should panic. I don't know.
Right, exactly. And I'm not saying anybody should panic. I have no idea. I mean, I am no doctor at all, but he did have a sleeve on before, so I did notice that. And I'm like, I really didn't think anything of it while I was down there. And then I'm like, literally, Drew, it's like 10 minutes left to practice. I was hot as hell. I'm like, I got to hurry up, get back here and get some stuff ready for the show. And I'm driving home, and all of a sudden my phone is blowing up. Everyone's like, what happened to Joe? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, what happened? Like, I just left. So I got back here and saw the videos. And I mean, if you see him walking and getting on the cart, I mean, he's not putting his arms around people, not putting any pressure on us. Like, he walked to the cart himself. So take that for what it is. I mean, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, nobody knows yet. I just say, and for some reason, I'm not panicking yet. I mean, like when he hurt his knee, I knew it. Everybody knew it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
that was bad. He was done for the year. This, I don't know. I mean, a couple of weeks. I mean, to keep Joe Burrow out, to keep him healthy, isn't a bad thing. And Drew, he was throwing dimes, dude. It looked awesome the 2 days I was down there.
Everything I saw, it looked like he looked very, very sharp. He's putting the ball wherever he wants it. And now this happens. And I mean, if he's out for 4 weeks or whatever until the regular season, if he can go week 1, he'll be fine. I don't think it'll be as hard to bounce back from, like I said, from the appendectomy or anything. But it's just frustrating. And I don't know. I'm just not going to breathe a sigh of relief until there's like an official report of like, hey, we're expecting him to miss 3 to 5 weeks or whatever. If that's the case, cool. I mean, obviously it's not ideal, but I mean, the guy's never had a regular offseason before, and we've seen the Super Bowl and an AFC Championship game that was close. So
why start now, right?
he's number 9. And Ian Rappaport said that this will likely limit his time in the preseason. I'm not convinced he was going to see preseason time anyway.
Dude, if he was, I think it would have been like the first drive of the last preseason, that preseason game. That would have been it. I don't see Zach playing him a lot. Like Jeremy here says, he said, let's not get crazy. It's just a strain or a cramp. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, let's not jump to conclusions. We don't know. We'll find out. I mean, I see you're scrolling Twitter trying to find out for us. So we'll see. We'll see.
I actually just saw this on Twitter. This is via The Athletic. It says, great news. Bengals star receiver Jamar Chase says that Joe Burrow gave him a nod. He's all right. Mm-hmm. Chase is quoted as saying, we always give each other that nod. He gave me a nod to say he's all right. He's a strong dude. I wasn't really worried, Chase said. I believe he's all right. So
yeah, I saw that.
Jamar Chase is also not a doctor, though.
Right, exactly. None of us are doctors. We're all trying to play doctor right now, but none of us are doctors. So I mean, I'd like to give you guys more information, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we got to find out. I could just go by the video and what Crip says, can somebody give him some pickle juice?
If he's cramping up, it's a bad time to start cramping up after you announce a deal with Body Armor.
Right, exactly. Maybe he needs more body armor. I don't know. But I mean, it's like I said, if it's just a cramp, which that's or a strain, which I mean, like I said, he had the compression sleeve on earlier. So that tells me that there was something there already, that they weren't too concerned about. And he just aggravated whatever that was. I mean, he doesn't like wearing, he doesn't even wear a knee brace anymore. He doesn't like wearing that stuff. So
yeah, the calf sleeve is weird to me because maybe
it's on the same one he hurt.
Soreness or something. But why, when it's this hot outside, go to the bubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's a calf strain, I don't know how much the heat has to do with it. Like I said, I'm just a dumbass with a Twitter account, not a doctor. But I do know that it's much cooler in the bubble. I know fans can't go in there, but I mean,
yeah,
that's why we built it, right? For inclement weather.
No.
And I think it's not just cold and snow. If it's super, super hot and you're worried about guys cramping up and soft tissue or whatever, just pack them in the bubble.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, dude, like you see my face is red normally. My face is redder than I think normal. Dude, it was hot. I mean, it was hotter, and it's gonna be hotter tomorrow too. I mean, so it's end of July, almost beginning of August. This is the hottest time here in Ohio. It's always like that. So I mean, there are other guys I saw cramping up too. So I mean, hopefully that's all it is. We'll find out. But we did have some good news today, though. Trey Henderson did sign a 1-year extension. I got this from Charlie Goldschmidt. Let me make sure I read this right. Trey Henderson is on extension. It's going to keep me in the building. I want to stay a Bengal. They gave me a tremendous opportunity 2 years ago. Were lots of question remarks around my name. They believed in me, and I had the same desire to prove them right, which I'm kind of surprised at this one because with them, I won't say surprised, but with them drafting Miles Murphy, I kind of thought maybe Trey might be expendable after this year. I knew he wasn't a free agent this year. It would have been like the year after that. But I mean, you got the H boys are going to be here for a while. So our defense is good, looking good moving forward because that's where we thought, with Joe's contract, Jamar's contract, we thought some of these guys on the defense were going to go away, but they re-signed Trey. I mean, what's your thoughts on re-signing Trey?
It gives them flexibility. It opens up cap space. I think that this is – I don't know how. When I want to talk to a cap expert, I tweet Andre Perota. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. The guy's a genius. But it looks like it spreads out some money. And it gives the Bengals more cap space to work with. So that can lead to Higgins, Logan Wilson, whoever. But I hate to say this. I love Trey Hendrickson. I hate to say this, but I hope they at least offered that to DJ Reader first.
Dude, that's where I'm at. That's the one that I don't want to leave. That we lose DJ, our running defense goes down big time.
Last year when he was out, the Bengals were 22nd against the run. When he was in, they were top 5.
Yep.
He's that big of a deal.
Yep.
But that's no knock at Trey Hendrickson. I love Trey Hendrickson. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad they retained him for another year. But this is Corey. What's up, man? I see you there. This is a sign of the times, though.
Right.
Joe Mixon was the first contract the Bengals had ever restructured.
Yep.
Okay. And now they're extending Trey Hendrickson 2 years early.
Mm-hmm.
They're changing the way that they handle contracts and the way that they operate, whether that be Mike Brown, whether that be Katie Blackburn, whether that be Troy, whoever. It is definitely changing.
Yes.
And I think that the Bengals are prepared to start playing the game with the cap like everybody else has been doing.
It seems like they're going to have
to. It's good to see.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They want any shot of keeping this team somewhat together. I mean, the good thing, I know people said this about Herbert, and I keep thinking that they were waiting on Herbert's contract because Joe wants to beat it by $1 or $1 million or whatever, because Joe deserves to beat it because he went to the Super Bowl and he went to the AFC Championship game. Sherbert hasn't even won a playoff game. And I called him Sherbert. I do that on purpose.
He did blow a 27-point lead to the Jags, though.
He did that too. So that's where I'm like, Joe Burrow deserves to be the jackpot. Needs to get a jackpot. He needs to be the highest paid quarterback, at least, to start this year until, the next guy beats it. But that's where I thought they're waiting on. Now, the thing is, for me, is you got to figure out how much Joe's going to make and then how much is left for everybody else. And I think that's once that happens, and that's where I think Trey Henderson's contract getting done because it's not as big as we thought it was going to be. Mixon took less money. So these are all trickulations to Joe, Jamar, and Tia. Just my opinion.
Yeah, and let's be honest. They're not losing Jamar Chase. They're not losing Joe Burrow. When I see all of the stuff that Burrow keeps saying repeatedly, he was on ESPN, I think, yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. And he said that he's confident that they'll be able to keep everybody. He keeps saying that he's confident in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he could just say, we got a lot to figure out. We don't know. We hope we can do it. But he keeps doubling down on the fact that he's confident. That just makes me think that he's going to do something to structure it. I think he's going to become the highest paid player ever. Excuse me. He's going to have the highest annual contract value ever. But I think that he's going to find a way to do some kind of structure with like a double option bonus or something like that to keep the band together. It seems really important to him, and the fact that he keeps talking about how confident he is leads me to believe that that's the case, because I really think that he's the kind of guy that would tell his agent to step aside and let me get this done. Like, hey, get the framework done, blah, blah, blah. But I can see him telling his agent, like, dude, this is my team. This is where I want to be. Let me hammer this out. And I don't know, man. I tweeted out, I was like, the guy hasn't lied to us yet.
Right. No, and I think it's a lot of these guys, like Jermaine Pratt wanted to stay here. Mixon wanted to stay here. Trey Henderson wants to stay here. A lot of these guys want to stay here. They know what they have. They know they have a team that can win multiple Super Bowls. We haven't won one yet, but we can. I mean, we went to, back-to-back AFC championship games. So, I mean, those guys know what they have. And I think they're willing not to take a quote hometown discount, but to work under the salary cap, because they know, like, the Bengals only have so much money. It is. I mean, people told me at work, well, tell Mike Brown not to get paid. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. They have this much money to pay everybody, and that's the way it's structured. And these guys know that, and they know it's Joe and then everybody else. So, and I think they're willing to work with that. And Joe's willing. And I don't think Joe's going to break the bank, but he's going to be I don't know. He might make $300 million. I mean, he might. But it's depends on how they structure it.
And I think that there's a difference though between like a Jermaine Pratt staying.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the reason that Pratt came back was because when I think it was Edmonds signed in Chicago,
right,
the linebacker market plummeted,
right,
and it just wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bengals, I believe from everybody I've talked to, that they offered Von Bell first. Now, when I say everybody I've talked to, I'm no big insider or anything. Just some people who I think may have some kind of knowledge about some shit.
Right.
And then that moved on. The linebacker market kind of fell down, so they were able to keep Pratt. The difference between a guy like Pratt and Higgins is just the positional value.
Right.
Receivers are getting ridiculous money now. All thanks to Jacksonville giving Christian Kirk however much they gave him.
Yeah, thanks.
And his agent, David Mulligetta, and the Bengals have never successfully executed a second contract, ever.
Right.
And you saw what Mulligetta got Deshaun Watson, despite 20-some allegations of sexual assault. He's still got $230 guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think the difference is. But what I keep saying is it comes down to the player. All right? T. Higgins can also tell David Mulligetta, super power agent, whatever, step aside. This is my life. This is my contract.
Right.
Now, obviously, they hire these agents to get them as much money as possible. And if T said, hey, if you can't do it, I'm going to go get paid somewhere else, it would suck, but I get it. The guy earns it. He's a number one receiver who happens to play behind a top 5 receiver.
Right. I mean, the thing is like, oh, good. Keep on.
That's just the way it is. But I don't know, man. Something just tells me that 3, they're motivated to find a way to keep it together. I don't think anybody's going to take a huge discount or anything like that, but I feel like a couple $1 million here and there that we all got to shave off the side to make this whole thing fit, they do it.
And the thing is, with Jamar's, there's a wide receiver that you're going to have to look at for this year is Justin Jefferson. How much Justin gets, Jamar's going on a beating. His contract,
yeah, and
it's competition. They're going to want to beat each other. He might want to beat him by $1, might want to beat him by $1 million, whatever. He's going to want to beat him. So that's another one for this year when Justin Jefferson does sign his contract extension or whatever with Minnesota. That's when that'll give you a ballpark of what Jamar is going to get. And now T is, like I said, and I hate this for T because if T's on 95% of the teams, he's the number one wide receiver. But he had to be on with Jamar Chase, who is, like you said, top 5 wide receiver. T's a top 10 for sure. But that's just the way it is. And again, I mean, they're all 3 of them. Or not Joe, but I mean, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase were all at Joe Mixon's birthday party, all hanging out. They're all boys. The TB was there too. They're all boys. They like.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there. I'm
It was
so pissed I couldn't make it. I was supposed to be there. So,
You should have came. It was fun.
I was gonna wear this hat and everything. It was all white party.
I had a good time. I was wearing this hat. This is what I was wearing there. It was a good time. But I mean, but my point is, they all like hanging out with each other, and they all respect each other, and they all. It's what Joe said in his press conference yesterday. He's like, this locker room's a family. You know, a bond that you can't break. He literally said that in the press conference yesterday. So that's where I really think these guys understand what they have. They understand they all can make a lot of money, but they all understand that they have a chance to be a historically great team, the best team in this franchise's history. I mean, this year, Drew, if they win, or excuse me, when they win the AFC North for the third year in a row, that'll be the first time ever anybody's won the AFC North 3 years in a row. Nobody's done it yet. This team has a shot to do that. That's something that nobody's done before.
Yeah, absolutely. But it comes out to money, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, It is a family, but I got a brother I'd sell for $5 million. So I mean,
just saying.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah. So, but I feel like, and I'm just a dude that reads stuff. I don't know anything more than the next guy, but I just keep getting the feeling. My gut feeling is that they want to find a way to figure it out, and I think they can. What worries me is Logan Wilson the odd man out?
That's the first thing I thought of when we signed Jermaine Pratt. I'm like, because I thought they were going to let Jermaine go and re-sign Logan. Now, I thought since we drafted Miles Murphy that we weren't going to re-sign Trey Henderson, so I was wrong about that. But that's the first thing I thought of when we signed Jermaine.
But dude, I love Logan Wilson so much. I had a chance to actually meet him and talk to him one time. He was super. We didn't even talk football. We talked about something completely different with one of his charities that kind of touched me a little bit. Super nice guy. His wife is one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he's a damn fine football. He's a great linebacker. I cannot stomach seeing Logan Wilson leave, but he also seems like a guy that if he doesn't have to, I don't know that he would want to start over for a couple more dollars. Right. He and his wife seem to really, really love Cincinnati. You know, you see stuff on social media. They seem to just really, really love it and the people that are around here. But dude, I mean, it's like Mike Brown said the other day, man, it's a pie and there's only so much pie. Everybody thinks they should get a piece this big and there's only so much of it to go around. And that's why I think that this season is so important because it's all there right now.
Well,
regardless, he's going to be there.
This is probably the most talented team we're going to have. I mean, like I said, I keep saying I don't think we're going to be able to keep everybody. I don't think Cheeto's going to be here next year. I don't think TB is going to be here next year. Maybe Logan Wilson. I don't know. But this is the most talented team we've ever had in the history of our freaking organization. Like I'll put it out there. I mean, it is. You got multiple talented guys at multiple positions here. So it is a big year. It is playoff or excuse me, Super Bowl or bust. I mean, I know the Bengals aren't saying that, but I mean, it is now with the whole.
Oh, it's win a Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah,
for
now
sure.
With the whole Joe Burrow jackpot getting carted off the field, that might change a couple things. But again, seems like it's just a calf injury. Hopefully, maybe
he can have my leg.
Yeah, mine too.
It's not as good as his, but he can have it.
No, he can have both our legs. I'll give it up for him. But it's cool, and that's why we all freak out when Joe gets hurt. And going back to what you said about Logan Wilson, there's lots of players that like it here. Zach loves it here. I mean, that's what I think so cool and unique about this team, that they genuinely love playing with each other, and they genuinely love this city. You don't see that everywhere, I don't think.
Ted Karras said he's lived in 7 cities in his career or something like that, and Cincinnati's his favorite one. And that's all well and good, man, but at the end of the day, it's money. And I get it. It's a business. Look, I like my job right now, but if I get offered $10,000 more, I'm probably going to split. So these guys get offered $5 million more or, something like that. It may be just kind of a business decision because I think that it was a slam dunk that Wilson was going to come back because I thought for sure Pratt was gone. He said it himself when he was yelling at Osai after the AFC Championship game. Obviously, emotions are high. They've talked it out. It's all good. But I don't know, man. It would just hurt me bad to see that dude leave. I just have like this personal attachment to Logan Wilson. And
all right, so Dustin's got a question for you. Gun to your head, Logan.
Oh God, dude.
You got to choose, baby.
I mean, Logan Wilson's on my shirt. Oh, gun to my head?
Uh-huh.
Can I just tell him to pull the trigger? Is that an option?
You take one for the team.
Oh man, I hate to say it, but just from a pure football standpoint, it's easier to replace a linebacker than it is a receiver as talented as T. Higgins. So, gun to my head. As much as it pains me to say it, and Logan, I hope you don't see this. You're my boy. I'm sorry, but I guess I'd have to go Higgins.
Somebody else put one on here. If I can find it, because you guys are blowing the chat up. I love. Oh, here it is, Dustin again. This is interesting. He said, since we drafted 2 wide receivers and an option to tag T, wouldn't it be smarter to see if we got with them first? Low key, I think this is such a huge decision for the future of our resources. Well, I mean, the 2 guys we drafted, I think, and I love TB, but I think this is the end of, I think this last year TB's here for sure. I would be, I mean, unless he just takes an absolute just bottom basement, deal, which, I mean, this might be his last contract. I don't know. I mean, TB is getting older. He's still playing great. Don't get me wrong. He's still playing great. But I think for sure this is TB's last year.
Charlie Jones was drafted to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality of the situation. And I hate that because Tyler Boyd was here when we stunk.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped been a huge part of turning it around and a glue guy in that locker room. He's given it his all. He's played hurt. He's done everything you could ask of a guy to do it. But it's just not – it's not in the cards. The Bengals don't like giving out third contracts most of the time anyway. And this would be his third contract. Like you said, unless he takes some crazy cheap deal, and this could be his last chance to get paid, so I don't know why he would.
Right.
It's just very hard for me to see him on the roster in 2024.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I
hate it.
Yeah, and I think TB understands that. I think he knows this is it. So it's definitely Super Bowl or bust for him because I mean the likelihood of going to another team where he can be a Super Bowl contender. I don't know because I don't know it depends on how good a year he has, but people could overpay for him, and if they do, good job for TB. I mean that's awesome. I would never fault any NFL player for getting as much money as you can. I mean, that's why I was Bates. No man, dude, it's generational wealth. I mean, if you guys have a chance to have enough money for your kids, your grandkids, I mean, who am I to tell you not to do that?
Yeah, it's like me. I always say that I won't sell out. When I say that, I just mean I won't sell out unless it's like the right amount.
Right. This isn't right. We're talking about some
lot of zero.
A lot of jack. Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you want me to do?
So there's a lot of decisions to make, but focusing on this year, everybody's there. Provided that everything's good with Burrow and he's back week 1, and knock on wood that we get through this camp without injuries. I hate training camp injuries for any team. I hate Pittsburgh more than I hate anything in the world. I would root for ISIS before I rooted for Pittsburgh. And I hope that they have a completely healthy camp. Camp injuries are the absolute worst.
It sucks because you're not doing anything. Like, well, Joe, he scrambled out to the side.
Yeah.
Most times, nobody even touches them. That's the thing.
He's used to doing that with bodies on the floor and Chris Jones hanging off his back. Right. And he does it in a practice where he's not allowed to get hit and comes up lame. And now we're sitting here just I apologize if I keep looking away because I'm just checking Twitter every 4 seconds.
No, you're good. Hey, you keep checking. Yeah, you keep checking. If you hear something, let me know. Somebody's asking this show any updates. Who was that? There. Anyway, you're asking for updates on Joe. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Anyway, there is no updates right now. That's what Drew's scouring Twitter trying to find out. I'm glad you're doing it because it's kind of hard for me to do that and run the show at the same time. So I appreciate that. But yeah, there's no updates. It sounds like maybe a strained calf, maybe a pulled muscle. Who knows? That's what we're hoping for. We might not, dude. Honestly, we might not find out till tomorrow. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it'll be that long, but I'm gonna keep looking anyway. I've tweeted through a funeral before, so I'll figure out a way to get this done.
So Anton wants you to tell him about the white party you got to go to.
He's talking to you. I didn't get to go, man.
I know, I got to go.
Dude, I saw the pictures from that party and got even more pissed that I couldn't go. I didn't know Jamar was gonna be there. I didn't know Boyd was gonna be there. And it just something came up and I couldn't go, and I'm not over it. I'm still not over it.
You have to go next year. Yeah, Jamar was there. T was there. Obviously, Joe was there. Joseph Asai showed up later. Pack was there. Yeah, it was good. It was good. What is this? What'd you say? Just updated that Jill is still at the what? Oh, Joe is still at the stadium being tested. I think it's Joe. Okay.
I haven't seen that, but I mean that wouldn't be shocking because it wasn't that long ago that all this happened.
Yeah. Jackpot's asking why we're wearing black unis. Well, he's got to. Well, the thing is, they weren't all wearing black, and I think the defense was wearing white. I think they were.
No, offense was wearing white. Defense was wearing black.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. You're right. So, and the homes here did. They asked Zach why Joe is wearing a sleeve today. Yeah, they did. It was just general soreness, is kind of what he said. He said lots of guys had general soreness. I mean, it was the first day of practice, So, and there's a lot of updates here. Update I got is a calf. Yeah, that's what we're all here.
He's got Zach Taylor in his picture.
So. Yeah, I know. That's where we were at Mount Lookout Tavern. I was there with him when he took the picture. I didn't take the picture for him, but yeah.
I don't get to do enough cool shit like that because I don't live in Cincinnati.
You need to move.
I'm about 45 minutes north. Man, I got a 2-year-old, man. She beats me up every day.
Dude, I'm on the west side, baby. I live 15 minutes away from the stadium, so it don't take me any time to get there.
That's the ticket.
That's why it's so nice that they moved training camp to the stadium. So they did that a couple of years ago instead of going all the way down to freaking Georgetown, Kentucky, so I can go there anytime I want.
Yeah, I went to Georgetown as a kid.
It was cool. I liked it, but it was just a long freaking drive to get down there. So
we stayed in the shittiest Econo Lodge I've ever been in my life. I'll never forget it. I was in 7th grade, and this place was a dump, dude. It was terrible. I was playing football with some kids. They convinced me they were Chad Johnson's kids, and I'm certain they weren't. But back then, I was like, oh, my God, I'm playing football with Chad Johnson's kid. I was 12, 13, whatever it was.
So I see a lot hasn't changed then, with your gullibility.
Not at all, really, no.
Just kidding, Drew. Just kidding, brother. All right, so let's just assume here that Joe is fine. How are you feeling going into the AFC North with – you say what you want about Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson is back to 2020, Deshaun Watson's Browns are going to be pretty good. Ravens got OBJ. I really don't think so.
2020 Deshaun Watson in the first half of games, and then 2020 Deshaun Watson in the second half of games when they're already down 20 and he's just throwing it in garbage time are different. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, true. They made the playoffs that year. Or 2019.
No, they lost to Brandon Allen that year. Brandon Allen beat Deshaun Watson that year.
That's true. So, what's your thoughts on going into the AFC North and just the AFC in general? Because every freaking good quarterback is in the AFC.
Yeah, they're all there. AFC North-wise, I do think Cleveland's going to be better, and I think Cleveland is a team that's just built to play the Bengals well. That's why we struggle with them. They've got good defensive backs.
But when we play them, it doesn't matter. Like Eric keeps saying, the second game last year, we freaking just kicked their ass. I mean, the first we didn't play very good. I do give you that. And then the game, the 2021, we didn't care. It was the end of the season. That's where I'm like, I don't believe it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back to 2018, it just hasn't been all that pretty. And they've got very good defensive backs that can man up receivers. They've got a great pass rush with Myles Garrett and now Zadarius Smith. They can get after Burrow, and they've been playing behind shitty lines. This should be the best line that we've had in a very, very long time this year. But I think they're going to be better. I don't think they're going to be good enough to knock the Bengals off from the top of the round.
No,
I think Baltimore is going to be better, but they're talking about Todd Monken wanting to spread things out and just let Lamar kind of sling it and not run as much. Please do.
Go ahead. Yes, please do. Please let Lamar try to be an accurate passer. I would like to see that.
Guy can't throw.
This is not hate. It's facts. Look at his accuracy. He's not an accurate quarterback. He's not.
He's got good deep ball. He can't throw outside the numbers. I'm not even convinced that he can throw a basic out route with any kind of consistency. But they got Dobbins back. They'll be better. The Odell thing doesn't really scare me all that much.
It's 2 ACLs, man. That's where I'm like, which in 2 ACLs is hard to come back from. You're going to lose something.
So they'll be better because they'll be healthier, but they're not a threat. I just don't know why there's so much love for Pittsburgh out here. I get it. Their defense is going to be solid. But, I mean, they got blonde Andy Dalton. They got blonde Andy Dalton who threw 7 touchdowns to 9 picks last year. And there's just all this buzz on the internet about Kenny Pickett and what Kenny Pickett's going to do and how – where are we seeing this? Why did he go 22nd or whatever he went to if there's just so much talent? There's just all this crazy Pittsburgh love out of nowhere, and I don't get it.
I don't either, dude. I mean, I haven't seen it from Kenny Pick 6. I haven't seen it. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, Squealer's got a good defense. They always got a good defense. Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach. I hate him, but he's a hell of a coach. So I mean, they're always going to play us tough. I think AFC North games are always going to be tough. It's black and blue division. I like to call it. But I mean, honestly, talent wise, and dude, if you ever see the left side of our offensive line, Cordell Volson and Orlando Brown are 2 of the biggest damn humans I've ever seen. That left side, they are huge. And that left side is going to be so much better than it was last year. Because people are like, well, some people, which I don't understand, people are like, well, maybe if Lel comes back, you can replace Cordell. Why do people want to replace Cordell? I think Cordell did really good for a rookie. Didn't miss a snap, played really well. He's going to improve. I don't get that. Do you?
People aren't getting off of the week 1 game when he's a 4th round rookie from North Dakota State and his first NFL action, he's lined up against Cam Hayward.
Right.
No easy task. Cam Hayward's a monster. And then he got better throughout the year. Obviously the line played better as we had the 10-game win streak. And then he had a rough game in the AFC Championship against Chris Jones. But then again, he's a 4th round rookie from North Dakota State, and that's Chris Jones. He's going to struggle. Obviously it's not okay. Those 5 sacks are a big part of why we lose that game. It's not okay, but at the same time, it's not like this guy was terrible all year. Right. He was very, very good.
He's going to get better is the thing. That's where I'm at. He's going to improve.
Yeah. And a lot of his stuff last year that were struggles were like footwork stuff. He would step on Jonah's ankle, and that would throw a playoff. Or he'd step on Karras's foot, and that would throw a playoff. Or his feet, when he's trying to get into his blocking set, is stuff that needs to be worked on. But there's no reason that I would think that you would want to replace him unless he's on the field and he just looks like a guy that needs to be replaced. And then, okay, Lyle has played guard. If he's back and he's healthy, I could see that. But right now, I don't think there's any reason to look for a replacement for Volson unless you're going to find that replacement high in the draft or in free agency because there's a clear upgrade that you can go sign. But when we're getting here at the end of July, beginning of August, I'm not looking for a replacement for Cordell Volson unless I have to.
Right. Exactly. I heard that less and less, but in the offseason, a lot of people were talking to me about that. I'm like, I don't get it. All right, there, Robert here. So he said, let's say it's a calf strain. How long would you want to sit Burrow to let it heal? Honestly, a while. I'm with you, Drew. I'm like, just get him to the beginning of the season. Just get him bubble wrap and get him to the beginning of the season.
I mean,
he's got to play. He's got to practice. He's got to get ready. But damn it,
sit him until 2 weeks before the first game and then let him practice. He wasn't going to play in the preseason anyway.
I don't know. I thought maybe he will, but now I don't see it. I don't think so.
I think the only reason he played in the preseason after he tore his ACL and everything was just to get back on there and get some of the jitters and that feeling out. I don't think there's any point to play him in the preseason. The guy is as good as a quarterback as there is in the league. Mahomes is 1, Burrow's 2, plain and simple.
Right.
The guy doesn't need preseason reps. Obviously, you want him to have a healthy camp and training camp reps. And if he looks like he's not going to now, that sucks. But
the thing is,
I don't need you to try him out there on a random fucking Thursday against the Falcons on, NFL Network replay. We don't care, man. Sit out.
Well, the thing is, like you said, he's not coming back from an appendectomy. He's not going to lose 30 pounds. He's going to be healthy. So just get him there. So once you get him, I think he's going to be fine. A stranger here says he read that Basham got hurt too. Any other info? I saw him walking to the locker room. He had a little limp. It looked like a strain to me again too, strain or cramp. I again, no doctor. He was literally walking right by me. I mean, he was, like I said, put his own weight on it. It was, like I said, a little limp, but it looked like he pulled something. So I other than that, I don't know. You have to actually listen to the beat writers. Robert here.
Yeah.
I say no action on the field with movement until the second preseason game and get him a series in the third preseason game. At this point, I'm like, I don't know if I want him to play at all.
If you give him a series in the third preseason game, I want him to hand the ball off 3 times and then trot
Get
back.
the hell out of there. Right. Exactly.
It's just not worth it. There's zero upside to it. He's got nothing to prove. You know what I mean? He's not fighting for a job. He's got nothing to prove. Just don't put him out there on, because not that anybody I think would do it intentionally, but you get some 4th round pick that's trying to make a roster and wants to be a badass and go put a big hit on Joe Burrow in a meaningless preseason game. You never know. Not to say that he would maliciously, intentionally hurt him. I don't like to think that NFL players would do that to each other, but he's trying to make his moment. He's trying to get on the team. It's the last preseason game. I'm going to put this big lick on Joe Burrow. I'm going to have tape on it, and then something bad happens. Like there's just no point. Don't.
It's just like when Joseph Osai sacked Tom Brady his rookie season in the preseason. That was a big play. We all got excited about that. Obviously, Joseph got hurt, but that all we talked about. Hey, he sacked Tom Brady. A rookie gets that for Joe Burrow. That makes their freaking season. That makes their highlight tape. So yeah, they're gonna not like you said. Not that they're gonna try to injure him, but yeah, they're gonna try. They get a chance to get Joe Burrow down. They're gonna try to get him down. Any means necessary. What's this?
I think that training camp reps can be just as valuable as preseason reps now.
Yeah. They don't do anything in preseason. Preseason games are mostly for the guys who are trying to make the team. They're not. They're not.
Yeah. So, but on the other hand, I do think that the starting offensive line should play some preseason action.
I agree with on that. And more so should have last year. We had 4 new starters last year. This year we got 1 new starter and a guy switches sides. But yeah, I do agree with you. And I've said this a million times on here before. Dave Lappa, who's forgot more about offensive line play than I have, he said it's like a fist. He says all the time, they all got to be moving in the same direction. So that's where, they got to play at least a series or 2 together, I think, to at least so they are somewhat of a cohesive unit when they when the season starts.
I want a quarter, personally, but I also understand that there's risk involved in that too, because you look at last year, we're playing Baltimore the last week of the season, coin flip, all that stuff. The Bengals could have been in a position to not have to play starters in that game, and then you do, and then you got guys that get hurt after you'd already lost Lyle, after you'd already had the Jonah Williams thing. So it's a double-edged sword.
Exactly. Chandler here, my son says he's missing 3 games. Like, oh yeah, the 3 games will be preseason games. I don't think he's missing any. As of right now, we'll see. I don't think he's missing any actual season games, but we'll see. Anyway, Drew, you've been up for like 44 minutes or 49 minutes. I appreciate it. You're scrolling Twitter. You got any updates? See anything before I let you go?
No, unfortunately not.
All right, brother. Hey, tell everybody where to follow you at, and if you got anything else you want to plug before I let you go.
I am on Twitter at Drew Garrison. That's pretty much all I use. Some say too much. But yeah, I think that there's probably going to be some kind of podcast show thing coming this year. I'm still working on some logistics and things like that with some things I'm working on. So if you would like to watch me be a dumbass on the microphone, you will find a way to soon. If not, I completely understand. There's much better things you can do with your time.
Hey, if you do have a podcast, you ever need a guest on there, hit me up.
Perfect.
All right, Drew. Appreciate you, brother. Hooday.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Go follow Drew. He's a great follow on Twitter. Like you say, he might have some podcast or something coming out soon. So make sure you check that out. Again, if you guys missed it, I will play them again here real quick before we get out of here. This is the video of Joe getting injured today. Check it out. So not great, but this is him. It's really quick. Guy from Kelsey Conway, him getting on the cart. Check it out. I'll play it one more time. So he's on the cart. He's walking by himself. Like I said, it looks like a strain. He was wearing this before, and any of it even happened. So he might have had something issue or something with his calf before it even started. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on here, but I'm just trying to give you the information that I have found out for you. And maybe he'll be fine. Hopefully he will be. I doubt he's going to be playing tomorrow or at back together. Oh, he'll be out there, but he might not be playing either one of those. Anyway, we'll find out. I'll try to keep you guys updated as soon as I find something. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Drew on Twitter, and you can also follow these Facebook groups that let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Threads. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trinable. TikTok is at Iceman90. Threads is sports_with_strawberry_ice. That's on Threads. Check that out. I'll be pulling a sound off later on tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Give me a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, you guys are awesome. You guys are great today. Enjoyed all the comments and everything. I love doing this. I'm up to 2,278 subscribers. So if you guys are watching on Facebook or Twitter and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Please hit the subscription button and hit the bell for notification. Now, funny thing is, Paul Danner Jr. gave me an idea. And I might do it. We'll have to see. It depends on how it works. But he said I could go live from training camp because I got my own little spot, Ice's Corner, that I stand there and watch practice. Who knows? Maybe I'll go live from there sometime. And you guys can follow it. That'd be cool. Anyway, other than that, I think Joey's going to be fine. I'm crossing my fingers. Say your prayers. We'll see what happens. Find out hopefully something tonight or tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Got a great show coming at you. That's your sports, baby. See ya!
Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozier. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samazi will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.